Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an extraordinary game to say the least. It's an RPG experience like none other, a one of its kind in a field full of exceptional crops like Persona, Dragon Quest, and the original Final Fantasies, just to name a few. I made these claims after finishing the main story and doing a good amount of side contents. I will try my best not to spoil anything except the prologue and maybe a thing or two later on, but no major points. Let's get started. The summary of the story is basically our cast of main characters going on an expedition to stop a Gamage from happening every year. The prologue shows the Gamage in action, giving us the player the sense and weight this expedition holds. To boil it down smoothly, an entity named the Paintress paints a number that is lowered by 1 every year. If the number matches the age of someone, they get Gamaged. For example, Sophie here is 33, hence why she got Gamage alongside all the other 33-year-olds after 33 was painted. An expedition with the age under the painted number is formed every year in hopes to stop the Gamage. Most of the expeditioners we're playing as are 32-year-olds, except for Mael, who is 16. She is the youngest on this expedition, but you'll learn why she's part of the main cast later on. This is as far as I can go without spoiling too much of the story. It might sound very generic, an uncontrollable factor that occurs and a group of people are sent to stop it. The Persona series have plots incredibly similar to this. Instead of expeditioners, you have high schoolers, and instead of the Paintress, you have Yaoda from Persona 5.
Ew, what happened to your face?
And Izanami no Akami from Persona 4.
What the hell is even that?
But if that's the case, how is Expedition 33 above games like Persona, you might ask? Well, other factors of course. Let me convince you starting with the gameplay. When I say turn-based RPG, you expect either a hero or a villain taking a turn to attack before the other repeating until one party collapses. That's not the case here. The best way to describe Expedition 33's combat system is turn-based Souls-like. What I mean by that is, in other turn-based RPGs, you select a move, then you watch the action happen. The enemy selects their move and you watch that happen before repeating. Now, in Expedition 33, you have to participate in a quick timed event during your character's action in order to get the best damage outcome. There's even a timing to it, like in Dead by Daylight, where you can do that to get even more damage. Sometimes the action doesn't even happen if you fail it, so you have to be on alert at all times, eliminating the downtime factor between each turns.
What? I doubled!
During the enemy's turn, there's a parry and dodging system for defense options. You don't just sit there and take the damage in this game. Dodging is generally easier, while parrying is more rewarding. Either one will help you avoid damage, but if you successfully parry every single one of the enemy's attack during a move, you will do a counter, and trust me, you will want to counter since in most cases with the right Pictos, they will be your main damage output.
Oh well.
W. 999. Die. Bomb. Speaking of Pictos, these are your passives essentially. They do a variety of different things like plus 25% damage on counters, double burn if you can proc it, and even a roulette one that either halves your damage or does 200% of it. At the start of your run, you will only be allowed to do a max damage of 9,999, but after a certain point of the game, you can do way beyond that. I just made the parry option sound like the best one, so why would anyone bother to dodge? Well, that's where the Souls-like element kicks in. Most of the bosses in this game will outright one-shot you if they land a hit, and I'm talking about one hit from a string of combos they can do. Outside of combat, there's exploration that are rewarding, like finding new Pictos, new weapons, or even new outfits for the crew. Gesture uniform, let's go!
Nice.
These weapons and pictos are what breaks the game. There's even a picto called Cheater that allow you to go twice in a turn-based RPG. Tell me that's not broken.
Again!
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now let's talk about the soundtrack in this game. The factor that gets you fully immersed in the world of Expedition 33.
Yeah. Been ready.
Every time I hear the soundtrack in Expedition 33, I just can't help but feel like this is an album that came with a game. The soundtrack you hear when walking around the day of the Gamage gives you a sense of calmness with a hint of sadness for what's to come. The cutscene that plays during the Gamage has a violin guiding you to the inevitable before coming to a complete silence as you witness the paintress changing everyone's life with just a wave of her hand. What follows is a piece that builds up as you watch everyone Gamages until Gustav says his final word to his lover and she to him.
I'm here.
Then the music built all the way up to the apex point before slowly fading out. I might not be the best at interpreting messages hidden within music, but this piece could very well describe exactly how Gustav was feeling here. Frustration, as he could do nothing but be there for her until her last moment. Anger that motivates him to take the paintress down as he stares to the far distance. We as the player can sense all of this with the help of this beautiful masterpiece of sounds. There's more to where that came from too, but talking too much about them will be spoilers. Instead, I'll bring up more of the quirky ones like gestural volleyball, Monoko's theme,
Careful now.
less quirky ones in mini boss fights,
Let the ink flow.
even just the basic normal battle ones are bangers. Overall, there's no shortage of great soundtracks in this game. Expedition 33 is the game that will revolutionize future turn-based RPGs. Sandfall Interactive might have created a whole new subcategory in the turn-based RPG realm. If you haven't got this game yet and are still not sure about it, stop wondering and go get it. In the current market where most games are $70 and more for deluxe editions, it will only cost you $50 for this masterpiece and $60 max for its deluxe. I dare say it's a crime if you haven't played this and you're a turn-based RPG story-loving gamer. I give Expedition 33 a 10 out of 10 that leaves me wondering when I will experience another one of its kind again. If you stay till the end, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.